right, guys, I want to talk to you for a little bit about the Twitter Elon Musk debacle. First off the bat, what do I think of it? Well, I think it's a good thing. I haven't been on Twitter for quite some time, and really didn't feel bad to be off of there, to tell you the truth. I got banned because somebody was making outlandish statements on there, and I said, go jump in a lake, and Twitter banned me for promoting suicide and self-harm, believe it or not. And this is the way Twitter was running everything. They were banning you for almost anything, if you were a conservative, or shadow banning you if you were a high-profile conservative, or just deleting your account altogether. They were trying to turn down the conservatives and, and turn up the people that they wanted. That's bottom line. So the most recent thing with Twitter, and probably one of the worst things that it's ever done, because I think that stifling political speech is very bad on a site like Twitter. The worst thing that Twitter ever did, the most egregious thing, was back in the 2020 election, no matter who you voted for or no matter who you like as a candidate, they deleted the Washington Post article about Hunter Biden's laptop and the story about it and what was going on with it. Anybody that posted about it, your post was deleted or you would be suspended. This was right at election time. Then they were saying that it was Russian disinformation, which we now know it never was. It never was Russian disinformation. It was all true. So what you had was Twitter working on behalf of the Democratic Party to help get the candidate they wanted into office. And that's what's scary. When you have a platform that can have that much persuasion and that much pull and it's out there and seen by millions upon millions, multi-millions of people, you can do things to sway how people think. That's another thing I wanted to tell you about. Always keep in mind, guys, these internet things, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, they're all designed as a product to keep you on as long as they can. Always remember that. It's a money-making thing. They want to keep you on there as long as they can. They don't care what the effects are on your mind or on your life or whatever. They want to keep you locked in. That's what these are designed to do. Now, Elon Musk is not a right-wing guy, and he's not what I would call a left-wing guy. Kind of a quasi-libertarian. He's definitely never been anywhere mentioned as a Republican, ever. But with that being said, I don't care about that. I only care about his message of wanting the speech to be free and fair. Now, as soon as he did that, everybody was jumping to, so you want people to be bigots on there or call names. That's not at all what it's about. It's about political speech and political news. The way it's supposed to be is I can get on here and tell you anything I want about politics, news, or otherwise, or current events. You can listen to me and have entertainment or whatever you want, or, maybe you just like to watch and see what I'm going to say. But it's always the job of the listener to find facts out if they want to know. I'll give you this example. One time I saw a post on Facebook. I know a musician. I went to school with him. And I had seen a thing on a post he put up, and I thought it said something about Ozzy Osbourne and died when I read the post. Now, I didn't go all over the internet posting R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne and go out on Facebook and put all this stuff. The first thing I did was I started doing a research online with different sources. And different sources. Here, what it was a drummer or something from a band that had passed away. I don't remember the details, sorry guys, but it was a drummer for a band that had passed away, and the article was linking that he used to drum for Ozzy Osbourne at one time. But when I read it, it read to me that Ozzy Osbourne had died. So I instantly did research. That's what common sense tells you. You do your research. Anybody can say anything they want. That's freedom of speech. I don't know where these people are coming from. Would they immediately go to the worst words possible that you could call people and say that that's what people want, that want free speech? That is one of the left's talking points. That's right out of their little playbook to try to stifle people, is to say, well, they want to say it because of this word. They want to say it because of that word. For me, it has nothing to do with a word in particular. It has to do with the political system and things that are going on in the government. Now, Twitter, as they always told us all the time, right? Twitter's a private company, it's not the government, and that's true. Twitter could say you're suspended because you said, I like the color red. They could. They're a private company. They're not government. But places like that can only really go so far, or they'll lose their base of followers and people that's on there. So here's my deal. I think Elon Musk is a very smart man. I'm really glad that he bought Twitter. And you can see how bad it scared the left, because I never seen government people work so fast with getting this Ministry of Truth that Biden wants to implement now through the DHS. That was directly in connection to this. They're claiming it wasn't, but it was directly in connection to Elon Musk taking this over. Why does it have people of any political stance? Why would this scare you? Not only is Elon Musk not what they call right-wing, he's never even been considered on the right. He's never even been considered politically on the right. Why would this scare anybody? Why would it scare anybody? I think it's because they know what Twitter's been doing to everybody for years. Since its inception, since it gained ground and got big, Twitter has been using that platform to guide thought and to help people that they want and to hurt people they don't like. They've been doing this for years. And they're seeing that they're losing control of this. Whether you like them or hate them, whatever, I don't care. But President Trump was banned from Twitter. Meanwhile, there's heads in the Middle East that still kill homosexuals, stone people for adultery, put people in cages and put them underwater, still have slaves, women that can't get a driver's license, only their husband can drive, and these people still have accounts on Twitter. Does this make any sense to you? Countries where they're committing genocide, these dictators still have accounts on Twitter, but President Trump was banned. That right there shows you how one-sided it's been. So it took a guy with billions of dollars to say, hey, I don't want to watch this anymore. I don't want to watch this anymore. Elon Musk would not be like me. He would consider me probably too much on the right, because that's not what he is. He considers himself as left-leaning per what the standard was in 2008. You know? And he considers what the left is now has moved off the screen. What the far left has done now, and a lot of them in government, have moved clear off of the chart. And he says he's still left. He's still leaning left, where he was 8 years ago. So he's not even leaning right. So that's what I don't understand, is why people would be so angry with him saying that he just wants free and fair speech and it to be equal and to be transparent to where you don't turn channels down and shadow ban them and turn people's channels up so they get more coverage. That's what's been going on for years. We all know it. We all know it. So that's my thoughts. I think it's a good thing that he bought Twitter. I think he was just fed up and he said, hey, I can do this, so I'm going to do it. I don't see anything bad about that. I cannot wait. One thing I cannot wait for is when he gets in there and he'll be able to, his computer people will be able to see exactly what Twitter was doing to people and how they were skewing the accounts for some and pumping up the accounts of ones they liked. He'll be able to see that. And that's going to be great when he actually sees how it worked. I mean, can you believe that they weren't going to sell? If you had shares of Twitter, if you had a lot of shares of Twitter, this just like made you so much money with what Elon did. He gave a absurd amount of money for the stock, more than what it was worth, more than what it costs. And Twitter was still trying to fight that. But they can't fight that. That's part of a company. Who would fight their investors making money? But that's how bad they didn't want this. Because even though Elon Musk still says he's near the center but still on the left, they want it to be somebody that's all the way off the chart on the left. That's what they want. And they want to settle for nothing else. All right, guys, until next time, this is DOF, and I'm out.